Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to another Timeless Tuesday. I'm filming this Tuesday morning, so I'm finding a way to get this to you guys as soon as I possibly can. I'm gonna upload it right away. But I hope you're all doing well. It has been an interesting week for me, so I'm even more interested to see what pops up in this reading. I'm gonna start filming this week's videos shortly after this, so they'll probably start rolling out on Wednesday, tomorrow, if you're watching this on Tuesday. So get excited for those. I'm not completely sure what we're gonna do for this week's reading, but we'll find out together, won't we? All right, for our timeless, so obviously this is going to be a timeless message, so whenever you find it, it will be relevant for you, or the messages will be relevant for you in that moment. This is going to be an open general reading, so anything is fair game. Anything could pop up. You could apply this to any situation in your life. Again, because it's general, only take what fits your situation. If it makes absolutely no sense, that message wasn't meant for you. Leave that on the table. We will take the rest. All right. Spirit, what messages do we have for this Timeless Tuesday? All right. What messages do you have for the collective? So first card up, while we shuffle all the chairs, look at it. Isn't it cute? I have been obsessed with this deck. This is the, I think it's called the Arc Tarot and Oracle deck. I am just in love with it. It's so adorable. This is definitely one I would do a deck review on. Maybe I will one day. Actually, let me know if you guys would like deck reviews, if that's a thing. But we got Sloth, which is the animal for the Four of Swords, which to me makes perfect sense. This has been a good week for rest and slowing down, right? Okay. Taking a moment. And it's funny because for me, especially, like I want to do more and I want to, be productive and active and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But legit, this week has really been like, no, you need to it's fine to take a step back. It's time to step away and just kind of collect. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're getting some flyers, so let's talk about these. But it makes perfect sense to me why the Four of Swords is popping up. Taking a moment for yourself, needing to kind of recover, waiting till the moment is right. It's a little slow down. What else do we have in here? So we've got Condor, the King of Swords, coming up next to that. We also got the Six of Cups, wonderful card with this lovely, cute little otter friend. And then the Hawk, Ace of Swords. Actually, I know they came out in a different order. I'm gonna put you two together. So King of Swords, I think, is that idea, that strong mind, that wanting to achieve. I'm laying out the plans. I'm figuring everything out. And there's this desire to conquer with that information, especially with this Ace of Swords. Our mind is armed, ready, equipped. I want to do this, I want to do that. I've already visualized the plan, I've seen it laid out, being very thoughtful about it, and then wanting to go and conquer, wanting to, make all of this happen. I see the way forward, or I visualize what I want to happen and what I want to create out of all of this. Let me do it. I want to go do it. And literally the universe is like, maybe not right now. How about you think about it a little longer? Or how about you just rest up so you have your strength down the road? We have the Six of Cups, which I think is just bringing out that inner play, right? And you think about an otters, or an otter, not in otters, but you think about an otter, they're super playful, they're fun and kind of silly in a way. If you've ever I love otter videos are one of the cutest things you'll ever see, but they're just kind of silly and fun, and I think that's what this Six of Cups. And yes, Six of Cups, can deal with reunions and past. So for some of you, this may be someone returning. To me, it's a lot of, I always think of more the past side where it's reminiscing, thinking about the good old days. But I think this is an effort to combat this mental drive of wanting to do and wanting to achieve and wanting to push, right? It's a height, and look, we have two birds of prey, right? The condor and the hawk, right? Laser focus, laser focus. And it's literally no, we don't need that right now. It's not bad. It's a good thing to have. But right now, take a break. Like right now, we're not worried about that. As I say, this bottom of the deck is the Fool. Literally the Fool. So all about a new start. I almost wonder if this... Oh! Slid right out of there. I almost wonder if this mental drive is probably coming from a different place. For some of us... Oh, sorry, garbage truck about to go by. Oh, that's loud. That's what I get for filming early in the morning. But I wonder if this mental drive, this mental focus, oh, that is so loud, is coming from a less than authentic place. At least for you and for your own, desires. It could be coming from work. Maybe, we've been out of work for so long, or working from home. Now as the stores are opening, if you work in a store, your boss or your company may be trying to push you back into, whether that's too soon or not, that's a whole different argument. But it might be this push to go do, because we've been in, months of kind of being inactive in most sense, or at least in the way things used to be. This drive may be coming from that, a desire just to get back in, or I think for some of us, even though King of Swords is a very confident and, authoritative energy, some of this may be coming from a place that's not super, super healthy. Like wanting to go back to work, maybe coming out of a place of fear of, not having enough because I haven't been earning, fear of losing a business, fear, it could be anything, literally could be anything. Could be just anxiety, just worrying about what's ahead with all this uncertainty. That may be the motivating factor behind this behavior. And sometimes our mind just runs faster than the rest of us does. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. I feel like this Six of Cups is about kind of taking it back. For some of us, it may even be reprioritizing, right? Like this was the old way. We've had a moment, especially now with this Four of Swords energy, where we're really kind of resting and healing and saving our strength. This may not be super helpful for that. So it's like our body wants to slow down. Our body wants to release, some of this tension, while the mind is like continuing to run. And incredibly fast with the King and the Ace here. Let me see, what popped out here? Look at that. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles here, this lovely goat friend, as well as the King of Pentacles. So now we've got two kings on the table. Mind is super strong. Here we have the Six of Pentacles, which is all about flow. It can do with boundaries as well, kind of what we were still talking about, right? You don't want to just be giving all the time or taking all the time. There has to be a healthy balance, right? And then this King of Pentacles understands that all full well. Like, is he super abundant? Yes. Is he a powerful manifester? Is he well manifested? Yes. But does he also take time to enjoy life's comforts? Yes. Like, he's got all these coins in the bank, but he's also not running himself into the ground to have them. He takes time to enjoy them as well, right? So yes, he holds a lot of power and wealth, but he also enjoys those comforts, right? It's still very earth energy, right? Eat good food, lay on the nice comfy sofa, go for a swim, enjoy those little luxuries. So I do feel like there's this kind of call to take it a step back. Not that, and again, it's not that this is a bad energy. It's not that you can't be planning anything during this time. But I think the action right now isn't necessarily of, full force achieving, going, and doing. And I will say in my own personal life, I have definitely been feeling that intensely this week, which is super frustrating. I literally was talking about it last night, which is hilarious. I want to do this, I want to get this done, I want to make this happen, I want to da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And like physically I just could not be bothered. Could not be bothered. All right. Then we have the Elephant, which is the Justice card in this deck. Justice card, kind of interesting, because I always kind of think of it. Excuse me, had a little yawn there. I always kind of think of it like the Six of Pentacles, like with this boundaries and like the just rewards for being in that flow, like. You put out what you get back, or you get back what you put out, sorry. A little flipped around. with this Justice card, all about the natural order of things, right? All about that balance, that equilibrium. And it's not necessarily totally lost what I was going to say. It's not like a legal system where it's like you commit a crime, you get punished, right? This is all natural order. So it is really more about putting in and then getting that same thing back out, which in this particular reading, and considering what we've seen in the front of it, it does feel, in a way, it's about, I want to say righting wrongs, because that's one of the prompts on the card, but that's not exactly, it's not exactly what I want to say. It's almost like, actually, here's an easier way to describe it. It's almost like we're being presented this energy for the Four of Swords, this kind of moment. And, our mind has been used to running. And before, it probably was running. And we kept telling ourselves, oh, I just wish I had a break. Oh, I just wish I could do this. I just wish I had the time to da-da-da-da-da. Some of us, it might have been, I just wish I could take a nap. And then now it's like we're in this moment. But our mind is so used to doing this and playing this game and being in this rat race. To me, this Justice card popping up is really about, like, this is your moment. Like, here it is. Now, whether you use it or not is up to you, but definitely resisting it, because we have 2 6s here, all about that flow. So definitely a big theme right now. But to resist it and to push this anyway, you totally could do it. You have free will. I'm just giving you a possibility. What you do with it is up to you, my friend. But it does feel like this has been set up for a reason, right? And that reason isn't so that we can continue to push the way we've been pushing. It's really so we can kind of pause and have a moment to reconnect. Does it have to be a long moment? No, it's not like I'm telling you to, like, stop working for a whole month. Could even be a little, like, just take like 10 minutes. But it feels like there's this call, this need to, like, just be still. Take a moment where you're not trying to worry about what's coming next, or let me plan my next 25 steps. Let me work on plan 4 while I'm still on step 1. It's okay. It is fully okay. Bottom of the deck right now, the Sun card. It is okay. Like, I feel like this has a lot to do. Actually, oh no, I take that back. I was gonna say this has a lot to do with work, but I mean, you really could put this into any context. Love, family, development, could be applied anywhere. I think this may be coming from work, or at least like responsibilities, but the energy could be affecting other parts of your world. What's relative? I think it's funny. For some reason, I find like these 2 cards interesting because they're the only ones that came up face down. So far, everything else has been face up. I'm interested to see why these were kept a secret. Oh, that's why they were kept a secret. Okay, so these specifically, I do think are definitely way more emotional. So this could be a slight tangent. So some of you, this may not connect, but this could come out as a little more romantic or lovey-dovey or feely situations. But we have the Black Panther, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Manatee, which is the 5 of Cups. So being this magnet and being this charismatic force to help manifest and being, a positive kind of power, right? And then same time being surrounded by this energy of the 5 of Cups, which is, lack and loss and sadness. It does, with the 5 of Cups, it is kind of like hitting the bottom. So in a way, it's almost kind of this notion that better times are ahead. They may not feel that way now. It actually might be quite heavy now with this card, but it's kind of like, well, it's only way to go is up. It's a little bit of that type of energy. But it's funny having the Queen of Wands sitting with this energy, because she's so determined and so sensual and charismatic and magnetic, right? And Queen of Wands is a great example of this flow here with these 2 6s, right? She knows she's worthy, she knows she deserves it, and she knows it's on her way. So she's She is literally open to this flow because she knows what's coming in it. And she's not worrying whether it's coming or not just because she can't see it. She knows it's there, right? So it's interesting having you show up as the Queen of Wands in that perfect flow, yet not feeling it, not recognizing it. Sitting in this position that will bring what you want to you, yet focusing on, it's not here, I don't see it anywhere, where is it, right? She does not worry about that. And worrying comes from this mind here. This like super, I don't want to say overactive, but just very active mind that is kind of, I want to say, messing with the flow. Whereas you just kind of release and take this Four of Swords moment and just let it happen. It's almost like whatever has to be taken care of now, like the must-dos, right? To keep the lights on, keep food in the fridge, like all the must-haves, of course, don't stop doing that. But it's this stressing over the what's next. It's kind of like, let's not worry about the what's next, because it's almost like the what's next is already sorted, like it's already happening. Just because we can't see it right now in this instant. That was interesting. I'm not taking those. Oh, hold on, phone. Oh, that was a call. All right. Totally lost my train of thought. We'll pull some cards. We'll get back there. I want to pull a few more. I know we're at like what are we? Almost the 17 minutes. Ooh, there we go. Fell right in my lap. What did we get? Hey! So we got the Hierophant here, Stag card. I just want to put these two facing you guys, the Black Panther and the Stag. So Black Panther, because that's the energy we're sitting in. Or I don't want to say that's the energy we're sitting in, that's our position right now, is really a great one to be in, this Queen of Wands. That's who the bottom of the deck is. Ugh, of course it is. See, and this makes me think, as I'm, what I'm talking about externally, so same thing with like the Condor and the Hawk, that King of Swords we talked about earlier. The Five of Swords is all about conflict. It can be kind of combative. I mean, it is combative, but to me, it's always external. So I think it's these external prompts that are forcing this mind, or our mind, to run faster than it needs to and faster than it should at the moment, where we really should just be in this energy of flow. And then we have the Hierophant, which is definitely all about spirituality. And to me, especially in this reading, it's kind of talking about recognizing and accepting the blessings, knowing that they're coming, connecting with spirit and your faith, especially if you are religious, and allowing that to be where your mind goes right now, right? Because if you're being like run down and over worrying and being super anxious about things, it's going to mess up this energy, and this is where we want to stay. This is what we want to be in. So if there's anything that's been sitting in your mind, whether it's work, whether it's a crazy relationship, finding a new relationship, issues with the family, whatever it is, I'm not saying forget it, it's not important, but if that's a theme that continuously is running in your mind and going over and over and over and over and over again, it's not helping you to stress and worry about it. If you're starting to feel that stress and that like, that is a cue for you that you need to shift that energy. And that could be done in many ways. And I always speak about like meditating and taking that moment, because I know that's what works for me. For some people, it may be going for a walk. It may be working out, and granted, as much as I don't like working out, it is a great way to get you out of your head and back into your body, right? Where we want you out of your head and either physically in your body or, in your connection to spirit and realizing you're bigger and grander than, just this mortal 3D self. That's what the Hierophant is here. And because this is a spiritual leader, you may even get, if you do like to meditate or do things like that, consult your own cards. The Hierophant may even be teaching you and sending you messages through that outlet also. So multiple reasons why you kind of want to get out of your mind, because that's confusing everything else, and it's like blocking up the signal, right? So if we can quiet that chatter a little bit, then we can kind of focus in on other things, and really allow this to come in. Because honestly, what it looks like here isn't about manifesting and creating it. It's just about letting it come in. I mean, like literally, like, because you have the Six of Pentacles, which is about just rewards. We have the Six of Cups, which is about just kind of being that playfulness and that inner child. We have, karmic rewards in the Justice card here with this elephant. King of Pentacles, we already know that he's well manifested. Queen of Wands is a natural magnet, right? So here it's really about taking that rest and taking that moment to slow down, especially your mind, just to allow things in. It seems like a much broader reading than I was expecting. And I actually felt like it was going to be a little more focused on relationship things when we started. So some of you may be applying it that way, and I think that's maybe what will happen for a lot of you guys. But biggest thing is trust that it's coming and allow it to happen. Know that it's already on its way. And I feel like people say that all the time. But literally everything here is about that it already exists, it's already manifested. It's just about letting it in. And the more stress, the more hyper-focused on the lack you are, the smaller that gateway becomes, which makes it harder and harder for, this blessing to come through. And doesn't mean it's not going to come through, but you're making it harder on yourself. You know what I mean? And that none of us want that. Definitely this Queen of Wands doesn't want that. So again, although it may seem counterintuitive, be like, oh, but it's the thing I want, and I want to make it happen, and I want to go do one, it will. If there's nothing presently in this moment that can physically be done, don't worry about it. Know that you've done what you can, and let the rest work out. As more information comes in, then you'll have more to do. But for now, take a woosah, have a Kit Kat, have a break, and all will be okay. Alright, my loves, I'm going to wrap it up here. Like I said, later on today I'm going to start filming this week's Zodiac videos, so stay tuned for those. If you're not already subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when those start popping up. I'll probably film them today. They'll probably start going up on Wednesday, probably. We'll see. If I don't get them up later tonight, which would be amazing if I can do that. But yeah, sending you guys love, thinking of you. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I will see you next week. Bye, friends.